O Brahman, O the limitless, O the boundless. O Brahman, O the limitless, O the boundless. Let this Atman speaks, let this Atman speak the words of truth and the words of wisdom. O Brahman, O the limitless, O the boundless. Let this Atman speak the words of truth and the words of wisdom. O Brahman, O the limitless, O the boundless, let this Atman walk on a path which is beyond the shadow of doubt and beyond the shadow of fear. Let this Atman speak in the path which is the path of truth, which is the path of justice, and which is the path of wisdom. Let this Atman speak those words. The path, let this Atman walk on the path of truth. Let this Atman walk on the path of justice, and let this Atman walk on the path of wisdom. So, first of all, before we get into the topic of the words of truth and the words of wisdom, you see, that's the topic I chose. It's significant and it's dire for me to talk about something which happens on a regular basis. If the yogis or the wise people or the sages, not only from India, however, India the birthplace of all this, but throughout the globe, if we don't talk about these things, if we do not highlight these things, if we do not speak up about these things, then these things would keep spreading. And the person would not have any awareness that what is going on and where that person need to look more profoundly, more deeply. The person wouldn't even realize. Sometime there comes a time in your life that you need to not worry about the image you carry. You need not to worry about the perception or how you are being perceived by others. You see, I tell my silent followers, the people who are silently following the words of truth and the words of wisdom, I tell them that I am not here to solace you. If you need comfort, I would offer and embrace you and hug you. It's a beautiful thing. However, I am not here to solace you. I am not give you the words of comfort or a wrong mirage, but I am here to say the words of truth and the words of wisdom. It is not important for me that after hearing the words of, it is not important for me that after hearing the words of truth and the words of wisdom, if it takes your sleep away, I am not concerned to to solace you and give you the words of comfort, but I am concerned to give you the words of truth and to give you the words of wisdom. It is not significant or important for me that you couldn't sleep the entire night after hearing the words of truth and the words of wisdom. What is significant for me that when the following morning or the next day, whatever you want to call it, when you come in my presence, you understand what I'm saying? When you come in my presence, you are wide awake. You understand? You being wide awake is the most significant thing for me. Absolutely. I am only concerned that you are wide awake before I declare that my job here is done and I have covered everything that I signed up for. And before I transit, it's important that to cover everything that I signed up for before I took this body and before I took this form. And it is important for me to make sure that I have shed the karma that I signed up to shed. And then when I have a complete satisfaction that I have done my job and I have covered everything, then, just in case, a yogi, a wise person, a person of extreme wisdom, a person of extreme focus on life, creates his own surrounding or her own surrounding. A yogi, a meditator, and a wise person creates his own surrounding, knows things. A yogi, a wise man, and a meditator is so focused and have certain control of different features and different aspects of their life, whether it's a him or it's a her. Please remember, gender is never been important. So I have chosen a topic of words and truth and wisdom. And if you know that I have been speaking the words of truth and wisdom for a long period of time, when I speak those words of truth and wisdom, I go ahead and, of course, share with you. Because there are no words if there is no audience. You see, there is no voice if there is no hearing. So a lot of things are giving birth to each other. So there was a time, a couple of years back, there was a there was a time a couple of years back that I met a person. You see, do you understand? There was a time a couple of years back that I met a person, and this person was watching me performing some very profound and some very um, powerful uh, positions of yoga and very powerful positions of uh, yoga, and then I would go into a profound state of meditation. Now, this person was watching me, and this person was intently waiting to start a conversation while I was in my practice. And as soon um, as soon as as soon as I was done with my practice and I was done with my meditation, this person uh, started to have a conversation. First, he mentioned about that he has been following, or rather reading, a spiritual fella. His name was Osho, or if I remember correctly, his real name was Rajneesh or something. Anyway, he told me that he's been following him, this particular person, not me, and he's been reading him a lot, Osho. And then we we went in a more profound state of the talk, and then he mentioned that he also read some 7-10 years back. Um, what's the name of the brilliant mystic and the name of the brilliant philosopher and a real and true mystic, and the name is Jiddu Krishnamurti. So he mentioned his name. And I can understand that there are people and they believe very much, or they assume very much in their mind that they need more time to evolve, or they think in their mind that doing they are in or on some type of spiritual path. Some of them even believe that they have been enlightened. You see, some of them believe even that they are already enlightened and there is not really much to do now, except look around and criticize an average human being, look around and judge another human being, look around and classify and tell others what to do. If you pay attention to my messages and the retreats that I deliver, you would realize that I don't tell you what to do. I just show you that this works for me and it would work out for you. You understand? I show you what really works for me, and there is a chance that it very well may be working out for you. But telling you how to live your life, that is not me. Because in order to tell you how to live your life, I have to focus on you. And I'm not saying it with any arrogance, I cannot solely be focused on you or one person. I have to be inclusive as the life is happening. So we went into a more profound conversation or talk, and he said that he read Krishnamurti too, and he started talking about Krishnamurti, and he was very sporadic meaning he was everywhere. He's talking about Osho, and then he's talking about you would see the reason why I am mentioning this person just in a minute. He's talking about Osho, and then he's telling me that he has been a vegetarian. Then he's talking about Krishnamurti. For me, when somebody is talking so much right in front of my face, I have no thoughts in my mind or any judgment about this person. I connect with you if you are in person in my surroundings, I connect with you through the very life which is running through me is the same very life energy which is running through you. So I connect on that. I don't use my intellect to understand or figure you out. You see, I have gone beyond the thought process. So there is no judgment involved. There is just the perception, the pure perception without any type of poison or without any type of human conditioning. More or less is the same thing in many aspects. Anyway, we'll go further. So when this person was talking to me and he was talking very fast, it almost seems like that he either was nervous or overwhelmed while I was looking at his face intently without having a single thought. I was just listening to him. I was not discarding or accepting anything, just listening to him. After a certain period of time, when you have that kind of awareness and the level of your perception is so heightened, it becomes clear to you that what the other person intention is. So I perceived this person on numerous different levels. First, this person was overwhelmed. Two, this person wanted to know what I would say. And three, this person didn't have focus at all. However, he read Osho, uh, Rajneesh, or he read The Brilliant Philosopher and the True Mystic Krishnamurti some 10 years back. So he kept talking and talking, and I was silent. You see, I listened and listened to this guy. And then after a period of time, I stopped him. I said, look, let me tell you something, fella, or my man. The thing is, there has been a lot of talk. I didn't say that you are talking too much about spirituality. So these are the words of truth and wisdom for you to understand if you are following everything what I'm saying. I looked at this person and I said, look, my man, there has been a lot of talk. You see, you are talking about spirituality. You are talking about Osho, Rajneesh, or you are talking about Brilliant Philosopher and the True Mystic Jiddu Krishnamurti. But all you are doing that you have acquired some knowledge and you keep going with the words. You see, with the words. You can still be spiritual if we didn't have a language. Is that a fact or it's not a fact? It means that spirituality does not need words. You see, spirituality does not need for you to go around people and tell them that you have tremendous amount of knowledge or say a wise thing or two and have them impressed from you, because all these signs are indicating the very first place that you have nothing to do with spirituality. Spirituality itself is such a dry topic. It's not even attractive. You see, it's not necessary to be on the right path or the path of truth and wisdom and affiliating or associating it with spirituality. Spirituality is just like a word human came up with. It's indicating to a process, and the process is to shed karma and find happiness without any outer help, which we spoke about in numerous messages in the past. And I looked at him and I said, "Look, my man, you are talking too much. There is a lot of talk which's been done in the past. There is a lot of talk, a lot of reading, a lot of books that's been done in the past. You see a lot of it. People have acquired a lot of knowledge. You see, in theory, everything makes sense um, to you, and you think that you are getting somewhere. Now, as I said to you not long ago when I started this retreat, that I am not here to solace you. I'm not here to play with the words, but I am here to speak the words of truth and wisdom. I don't seek attention from you. I don't seek a reaction from you. I don't seek your approval. You understand? It's very clear, of course, by now for you. I don't seek your approval. I'm not concerned that how you perceive. I'm not concerned that what kind of image you have in your mind. Because everything what you do or perceive, you would do it through how you perceive first yourself. If you are happy, you would tell me I'm an angel. If you are not happy, you will tell me I'm an evil. You understand? It has nothing to do with me because it just depends how you perceive yourself. So I'm not concerned with these fragile things anymore. I have transcended all that. I'm not concerned what you think of me. I'm not concerned whether you like me or you dislike me. I'm not concerned whether you hate me or love me. Either way, it makes no difference to me. People tell me sometimes, every now and then, I hear compliments on the looks or the style of the personality. I'm not concerned with anything regarding these parameters either. The only thing I am concerned is how much you know yourself and how good you are those around you. That's the only thing I'm concerned. That's the thing I signed up for to come to this planet. And that's the thing I'm making sure that before I take off, I have done my job. You understand? So I told this man very upfront and I told this man very outspeakingly that, look, my man, you are just playing with the words. It has no value for me. Okay? You are quoting this Osho, Rajneesh, whoever this was, or you are quoting Jiddu Krishnamurti, the true mystic or the brilliant mystic. It has no meanings, basically. It's serving no purpose. You understand what I'm saying to you? It's just like that religious person who's serving no purpose in practical but goes around and tell other people that how they should be changing the ways and should start living the life that he thinks he's living or she is living, and how he wants or she wants to change other humans' ways. Basically, it would never ever happen. You tell something practical to people which works for you, and you just leave them alone. You just leave them be. You don't go around and talk for hours and hours about all these figures. And then I said, the practical thing is important for me, which is, I said, do you do yoga and do you do meditation? Now, this can serve a purpose. So he kind of off tracked me. He kind of he tried. It's not easy to manipulate me. Please know that. He tried to manipulate me, but he couldn't. It didn't work out. Basically, he tried to manipulate. Excuse me. He tried to manipulate the answer when I asked him, "Do you do yoga and do you do meditation?" Because this would give you a practical opportunity to really understand yourself, and after that would be only natural you spread that around, my man. Why are you thinking? Do you do yoga and meditation? I told him that. I asked him, do you do yoga and meditation? He tried to manipulate what I ask or my inquiry. So I said, done. I said, I don't have a lot of time basically here. You see, when you think about your well being, you can come around and have a conversation with me, but you speak too much. The only time if I am speaking a lot of words is here when I'm talking to you, and not that I'm speaking a lot of words, I'm trying to deliver messages, and you like to hear those messages, but it's not important for you to just hear the messages. You see, you need to look what I say. After that, whether you accept it, if it is friendly, if it makes sense to you, please make it as a lifestyle. That's what is important. If somebody is going around running their mouth about Osho Rajanish or this or that or Dilip Kumar, God knows, you know, it's not going to take a person uh, anywhere, and it would serve no purpose. A lot of conversation, a lot of talk is being done in the past, but zero practical. Practical must be done. We must learn to understand ourselves and how we function, but just not the reading, just not the acquiring, excuse me, of knowledge. It would bring zero results. The only thing which would bring any practical result is when you do practical. As Yoga Ananda said, in order to make the change, you need to put effort. So let's see how much effort you are willing to put. Uh, the second thing is, I see on social media, I'm not going to name social media, whether everybody knows when we say social media, there are a couple of things, three things, pops in everybody's mind, and those are prominent social medias. Anyway, I see on social media, they are posting the memes. You see, uh, if you are added on my Facebook, you would see what I post. Anyway, this is not a condemnation. This is something that we speak up, we the yogis or the wise men. Otherwise, you would not see where is the flow or what need to be done. Anyway, I see on social media there are numerous memes, thousands and thousands and thousand memes from Buddha to Osho to from a lot of wise people. Some of these memes serve a purpose. There is no condemnation against posting a meme. Maybe in your mind you are thinking it is a good word, maybe I should pass it on. Some people post memes to get likes. They are attention seekers. They are not secure enough. You understand? Attention seekers are not secure enough. They like to get a response from people. They like to see how many like and how many um, love I get. The fella I mentioned, this vegetarian, vegan Osho man, he was one of those people. It would make him extremely happy if people would respond to his memes. You see how fragile your happiness is. Do you see what you are doing with your life? Your happiness now depends on other people's response. Your happiness now depends on other people's reaction. Your happiness now depends on other people attention. That's what your happiness is become. Anyway, so these are the words of truth and wisdom that I'm showing you. I'm not even trying to show you. I'm showing you very clearly and very vividly that this is what's going on. So some people do for the attention. The memes are posting. Then some people go ahead and form different groups online so other people can join. Some of these people have declared themselves already enlightened. You understand? And they even name the group the enlightened ones. You see, they. Shit. I mean, excuse me. Oh my god, I'm feeling feisty today. Excuse me. Anyway, it's funny. They even have named the group the Enlightened Ones or this or that. Like this Osho Rajneesh, he was He was a man. Anyway, I don't want to get involved because I never think of him high, but he also was the one who um, declared himself enlightened, and he even started a enlightened ceremony in which he gave himself a prize. Are you following me? In that enlightened ceremony, Osho Rajneesh gave himself a prize of enlightenment because, of course, nobody's going to bother to do that. Anyway, so when I see these things, it just cracks me up. You see, it's fine if you want to do this. If this is what you want from your life, then you are going in a circle. You are not getting anywhere. You are not even spiritual or whatever your connotation is. It's just that you are living in a mirage. You just keep going and going and going, and it's there, but just keep moving ahead of you, and the distance remains the same. So a lot of talk, a lot of conversation, a lot of voice quotes being done. You see, you should be bothered with that fact. You should look into it. You should say, what am I doing with the very life I have taken this form? You see, you should not be worried about some fancy words such as spirituality, or you should not be worried about such as the enlightenment or the enlightened ones or this or that. I mean, just look in the words of truth, the look in the words of wisdom, the look if they are making sense. In order to make a change, in order to make a difference, you have to be balanced. You understand what I'm saying to you? Um, okay, so I just remembered this while I was delivering you this message. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting it just for a second. Happy birthday, America, and happy 4th of July, my American folks. Happy birthday, America, again, and God bless America. The reason I said that I was in Florida, I was visiting the family, and on Monday it was July 4th, and I was actually, excuse me, on Sunday it was July 4th, not on Monday, but on Sunday it was July 4th, and I was visiting in Florida, so I didn't do the live transmission. Anyway, so I was in Florida and I was sitting by the pool, and this guy came to me and he started having a conversation, an older gentleman, maybe in his mid 60s, you see, and he told me that he seeks my wisdom. For some reason, he just said like that, you see. He just said like that he seeks my wisdom because he has seen me meditating just right by the pool, and he thinks I know what I am doing, and his missus is Puerto Rican, and he knows that his missus, her destiny is over there, and he wants to help her, uh, and he wants to be there for her. And how does he do that? So I told him one thing which is very fundamental and applies to in every case. In order to make a change in somebody's life, you understand what I'm saying to you? Please remember, these are of course included in the words of truth and wisdom. In order to make a change or bring happiness in somebody else's life, you have to be totally balanced in your emotions. You have to be totally balanced in how you feel, your emotions, and where is your energy. You have to be totally, and you have to be entirely balanced, literally, in all these traits. No matter if you want to help somebody, you have to be totally and perfectly balanced, which would only come when you take enough time to understand yourself fully, which you take right measures to understand yourself fully, which you take right measures to make some time by performing yoga and performing meditation. It would come to you, absolutely. And it applies in every situation, not only in his situation. That you have to be totally in charge of yourself. Otherwise, if you read in the parables, Lord Jesus Christ says, blind leads the blind, both fall. You understand what I'm saying to you? In parables, Lord Jesus Christ mentions blind leads the blind, both fall. So please remember that you cannot lead somebody until unless you can see the way. You see, how are you imagining to lead somebody if you cannot see what's in the darkness or what is on the path? It's not possible. So let's be practical. You see. Anyway, so the words of truth, the words of truth and the words of wisdom are there has been a lot of talks in the past. There has been a lot of numerous thousand memes in the past. There has been a lot of groups in the past, and there has been a lot of just liking and loving, or you pranam or namaste or thank you. There has been a lot of this, but we realize that it's not making a difference, unfortunately. You see, like this vegan guy I mentioned, this guy, he actually, there was a banner, rather, not the banner, but on his profile picture, even in the circle, it says, vegan for animals, which is fine. You can do so. But you see, you have to keep one eye for the entire creation. You cannot just be vegan for the animals and you treat human like crap. Is that what your spirituality is? Hmm? You are vegan for the animals, but you treat humans like crap. You claim, the religious person, this goes to the religious person, by the way, you, the religious person, or whoever listening to me, and religious person, you say you love Jesus. It's very easy for you to love somebody who has died or who passed on 2000 years back. You understand? Please know that. I hope this resonates through you. So it's very easy for you to say, I love Jesus. You understand what I'm saying to you, religious person? It's not good or bad, it's just the way it is. It's hypocrisy, actually. That I love Jesus. You say that. It's very easy for you to claim that you love Jesus. It's very easy for somebody to claim I love Jesus because a person who passed on 2000 years back, he's not going to talk back. He's not going to give you a hard time. So you can play with the words. Don't you see what you are doing? You are playing with the words. But there is no practical. You cannot smile for the person who's coming across to you. You cannot smile to the person who's standing next to you in line and you claim you love Jesus. All right. And then this vegan, that vegan for animals. Okay, you are vegan for animals. It's very good, basically. More power to you. I bless you with all my heart. It's a great cause, basically. But you treat human like crap. Hmm? So keep one eye. Don't be hypocrite. You see, don't put a false image on people. By now you know that hypocrisy is not in me. I have told you I'm very outspoken person. I have no fear in me. And I am telling you again, it's not important how you perceive me. It's not important whether you hate me or you dislike me. I don't concern myself with these things because I know most people or most humans are so fragile that I cannot invest my happiness in most humans. You understand? They are so fragile. They can piss off be just about anything, or even sometimes even without reasons. You understand? It's almost funny that how they are functioning, unfortunately. So that truth, the words of truth and wisdom, the words of truth and wisdom are that you stop, you walk what you talk. You stop being hypocrite. I'm not saying every person who's hearing my words or the sound of my voice is that way. I'm not saying that, okay? So there is no need to take things personally just right away. But I know that there are people, so don't be a hypocrite, okay? Hypocrisy is not going to take you anywhere. You have become hypocrite and you have become feeble. You are weak. And these other traits are not going to take you anywhere. You understand me? The only thing which would take you anywhere the how much you understand yourself. That's the only thing. And how you are good to yourself and how you are good to others. I have seen people, I have been half of the world, I have seen people that they carry with a lot of energy a false image, and sometimes they're busted just like that and everything is gone, and they almost have a mental breakdown because that happened, because they were too attached to a false image. You see, when people try to project these type of false image in front of me, when they are projecting I deal with these type of humans all the time. You see, they play with words, they try to portray a false image in front of me to get a reaction from me or whatever their intentions are, and I can see through that person. You see, I don't bother myself to invest any happiness in most humans anyway, because they cannot take charge of their feelings, they cannot take charge of their emotions or thoughts, so they are very fragile. I cannot invest something in so fragile. I mean, imagine that. This is a smartness. This is wisdom, you see? Anyway, so these are the words of truth and wisdom that you gotta remember. You hear the clock? So the clock tells that my time to conduct a private meditation session quickly. All right? Just ponder on my words. See if it makes sense to you. If not, watch the video again.